Speaking of an evaluation, what does a pro day mean? Ask Teddy Bridgewater. His didn't go as well as expected, leading some to wonder if he just lost his argument that he's the best quarterback of the 2014 lot. So with that backdrop, maybe Blake Bortles has an opportunity today to prove that he's the choice. But to do that, he may need his former coach to change his tune. George O'Leary said publicly that he doesn't see any franchise quarterbacks in this draft, including Bortles, but he did describe him as a quick learner. Lesson 1, don't look bad in shorts on your field. Sal Paolantonio anchors our coverage from Orlando.
Good morning. Welcome to a sunny Orlando, Florida. There it is. Bright House Networks Field, the University of Central Florida's home of the Knights. First top 10 finish of all time in this school's history this season. And we are next door in Nicholson Fieldhouse today, where Blake Bortles will have his pro day along with his other senior members of the UCF staff. We're here because of this guy, number 5, Blake Bortles, picked by this guy right here, Todd McShay, as the number 1 pick overall in the draft. And I'm here with Todd McShay, my man. What's happening, Todd? And of course, the great Ron Jaworski. Jaws, I want to start with you. But before I do that, let's get right to the news. I was just in head coach George O'Leary's office, and he showed me the sheet. He said, Sal, look at all of these teams that are here. I went down the list, Jaws. 27 teams from the NFL are here to see Blake Bortles and his teammates. And last night, George O'Leary told me, and this is interesting, Bill O'Brien, Houston Texans, and Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Minnesota Vikings already met with Blake Bortles yesterday in preparation for his pro day. Jaws, I want to start with you. What impresses you about Blake Bortles?
You spent a lot of time with George O'Leary, by the
way.
Good guy. Very busy guy, Sally. But when you look at Blake Bortles and you project him to the National Football League, the one thing that jumps out to me is his size. He's 6'5", 232 pounds. And in the National Football League, it's a game of attrition. Your quarterback's going to get beat up. And at 6'5", 232, you can take that beating. He can also escape from the pocket. I'd like for his size, he has excellent mobility.
Yeah, George O'Leary said he's not going to kill you in his 40 time, but what he's going to do is he's going to keep bad plays alive with his mobility. Todd, you and Jaws were at Teddy Bridgewater's pro day in Louisville. Shaky pro day, to be honest about it, and charitable about it in some ways. How much did that affect or help Blake Bortles' draft stock?
Well, I think when you look at today, it's really about opportunity. You know, I don't know that anyone's rising or falling, but for Blake Bortles, this is about it's a great opportunity. It's still 80% of the film evaluation, but when you have an opportunity like this, where just 2 days ago, we're all human beings. We all saw it with our own eyes, and it's an apples-to-apples comparison. So 48 hours later, you're sitting here in the same exact environment, a showcase environment, and you're able to watch Bortles make the same throws with his receivers, with no defense, no coverage. You can now make that comparison, the arm strength, the accuracy, the way he moves around. This is a terrific opportunity for Bortles because he can come out here and show that he's more accurate. He can show that he's making some tweaks to his mechanics, which he needs to do, but most importantly, that he has the best skill set of the quarterbacks in this year's draft.
Little blood in the water, Sal.
Yeah,
little blood in the water
right
right
now. Quite a story. This is a guy who was recruited as a tight end by Purdue University. This was the only school that gave him an opportunity as a quarterback. I want to take a look at what he did as a college player. Let's roll the video. We have of 3 specific games. He goes up to Penn State in Happy Valley. He beats Bill O'Brien, the future head coach of the Houston Texans. Then what happens? He goes to Louisville, and O'Leary was telling me they're losing that game in the 4th quarter, right? And he has to put together a game-winning drive. He goes into the huddle, and he says, guys, just give me some time. He engineers a game-winning drive. He beats Teddy Bridgewater in Louisville, and then he beats Baylor, the Big 12 champion, in the Fiesta Bowl. So this is a guy who put it on tape in college. Then he threw at the combine. What are some of the questions he has to answer here at the pro day, though?
I think ultimately you want to go out and you want to show on the field that, yes, we all know you're bigger, that you're more mobile than that 4.93, and that you basically ace this test. When it's all said and done, you have today. You have the individual meetings, the private meetings with the teams when they put you on the board, and you've got to show that you have the mental capacity, and then also the private workouts when they come back down here and they work him out again. If he can do everything right from this point on, he's a top 5 pick. I really believe that, and really all it takes is making connection with one of those teams, whether it's Houston at 1, Jacksonville at 3, Cleveland at 4, Oakland at 5, to become a top 5 pick for a guy that we weren't even talking about coming into the season as even being part of this year's draft.
What do you want to see?
Yeah, as I've studied Bortles, one of the things that jumps out at me, he's measured and methodical in his mechanics with throwing the football. So what I'm going to look for today is that release a little bit quicker. Does the ball come out a little bit quicker? Because in the NFL, there's people in your face in a heartbeat, and you've got to get the ball out. I want to see if that stroke is a little quicker today.
Todd, McShay, Sal Paolantonio, the great Ron Jaworski. We're here all day for the Pro Day here at the University of Central Florida. We'll see Blake Bortles throw later on. They're going to go in and lift some weights for the coaches and scouts that are here. Come back to us. We'll be here all day. Back to you.